Hello, my friends. Welcome back. Sparkling Heart today, we're diving into one of the most exciting treasures in U.S. coin history, the 1999 Georgia State Quarter Dollar. At first glance, it may look like just another 25-cent coin, but what if I told you this little piece of change could be worth millions today? Yes, this coin has the power to change your life overnight, and many collectors are already hunting for it. Stay with me till the end, because you don't want to miss how this humble quarter can hold unimaginable wealth and a fortune that could be sitting right in your pocket right now. The first up, the 1999 U.S. State Quarter Dollar. Launched as part of one of the most ambitious coin programs in American history, the 1999 quarters have captured collectors' imaginations and turned ordinary coins into legendary treasures. In fact, some rare varieties from this very year have reached values so staggering that they can transform the life of anyone lucky enough to find one. The State Quarter Program began in 1999 under the U.S. Mint's vision to celebrate each state's history and heritage. For the very first year, 5 states were honored: Delaware, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Georgia, and Connecticut. Millions were struck, but within this massive wave of production, mistakes and unique variations slipped through the cracks. These errors, whether in striking, planchet flaws, or design misalignments, are what transformed ordinary coins into hidden jackpots waiting to be discovered. What makes the 1999 State Quarter so extraordinary isn't just the designs, but the fact that it was the starting point of the entire program. Collectors across America rushed to grab these coins, leading to shortages and skyrocketing demand. The U.S. Mint never anticipated how quickly people would hoard them, and because of this frenzy, pristine and uncirculated examples of these coins became incredibly rare to find in everyday circulation. Today, certain flawless specimens, especially those graded at the highest mint state levels, command astronomical prices in the collector's market. Now let's talk about errors, because this is where the real magic lies. The most valuable 1999 quarters include dramatic minting errors like off-center strikes, double dies, and wrong planchet strikes. Imagine finding a Delaware State quarter struck on a dime planchet. Suddenly, a tiny sliver of metal once worth 25 cents could bring in tens of thousands, or even millions at an auction. These rare mistakes create one-of-a-kind coins, and collectors are willing to pay unimaginable sums for them. Take the example of the 1999 Delaware quarter featuring Caesar Rodney on horseback. In circulation, it's just a piece of history. But in perfect condition with a striking error, it becomes a fortune-making masterpiece. Auction houses have seen bidding wars erupt over such coins, with final prices soaring to levels that would leave any ordinary person stunned. To a passionate collector, owning such a piece isn't about the metal. It's about holding a part of numismatic history that cannot be replicated. What makes the story of the 1999 quarters even more fascinating is the timing. These coins arrive at the dawn of a new millennium, at a time when Americans were nostalgic about their history, yet excited about the future. The design celebrated the uniqueness of each state, but the hidden value within them symbolized something greater. How even the smallest things in our lives can hold immeasurable worth if we learn to recognize their significance. Today, collectors scour coin rolls, estate sales, and even pocket change, hoping to stumble across one of these legendary 1999 quarters. They know the chances are slim, but the reward is enormous. A single discovery could turn into a once-in-a-lifetime payday. Think about it. You could be sitting on a fortune right now, without even knowing it, simply because a coin like this slipped through your hands years ago and ended up forgotten in a jar or drawer. The beauty of the 1999 State Quarter story is that it proves how history, rarity, and luck collide in the world of coins. For some, it's just metal stamped with design. But for the wise collector, it's an opportunity, an asset that grows more valuable with time. The rarity of pristine, error-filled, or misprinted examples ensures that their worth will only climb higher in the years ahead. These coins aren't just collectibles. They are investments that carry the power to change fortunes. So, the next time you come across a quarter dated 1999, pause before you spend it. Look closely at the details. Check the condition. Because if you're holding one of those rare and precious errors, you may be holding the key to unimaginable wealth. A coin worth just 25 cents in face value could, in the blink of an eye, make you a millionaire. The 1999 state quarter dollar isn't just money. It's history, it's treasure, and for some lucky people, it's a life-changing miracle hiding in plain sight. The second up, imagine finding a small silver-colored coin in your pocket, thinking it's worth just 25 cents. Yet in reality, it could be worth millions. That's the mystery and magic behind the 1999 Georgia state quarter dollar. To the untrained eye, it's just a piece of change, but to collectors, this coin is a hidden treasure chest, a tiny masterpiece that can unlock unimaginable wealth overnights. The Georgia State Quarter was one of the first coins issued in the United States Mint's legendary State Quarter Program, which began in 1999. This program changed the face of American coinage forever. Each state was honored with its own unique design, and Georgia's coin proudly featured the state's outline, a sprig of the peach tree, and the state motto, wisdom, justice, moderation. Millions of these were minted, but within that wave of production, rare variations and minting errors slipped through, creating the kind of coins that today can be worth life-changing sums. Why is the Georgia quarter so special? Because it represents the start of something massive. Being in the very first batch of the state quarter program makes it historically significant, and anything tied to the beginning of a great legacy naturally becomes more desirable. Collectors know that the first coins of the series carry extra weight, both in sentimental and financial value. For this reason, the Georgia quarter has become a symbol of opportunity, an ordinary coin with the power to turn into a millionaire's prize. The unimaginable wealth of the Georgia state quarter lies in its rare minting errors. Some coins were struck off-center, some on the wrong metal planchets, and others show doubling in their inscriptions. These mistakes are not flaws of collectors. They are treasures. A single error can turn a common quarter into a one-of-kind artifact, fetching bids that skyrocket into the hundreds of thousands and in pristine, perfect condition, even millions. The rarity and uniqueness of these coins are what fuel the frenzy. One of the most legendary stories in coin collecting circles is of collectors finding these rare 1999 quarters in circulation long after they were released. Imagine someone pulling out change to buy a coffee, never realizing they just gave away a small fortune. Meanwhile, the lucky finder who spots the error or the near-perfect condition coin holds in their hand a chance to rewrite their life story. This is why the Georgia state quarter isn't just currency. It's a hidden miracle. Beyond its rarity and errors, the design itself carries a story. Georgia is famously known as the Peach State, and the sprig on the coin represents its agricultural pride. The motto, wisdom, justice, moderation, tells the world about Georgia's values. To own such a coin is to own a piece of American heritage captured in metal. But when that very heritage is combined with rarity, it becomes more than history. It becomes wealth. The year 1999 was a turning point in American coinage. Millions of people started collecting coins because of the state quarter program, creating a rush like never before. Families saved them. Children started coin albums, and collectors began hoarding them in rolls. This sudden demand made pristine coins incredibly hard to find later on, driving their value even higher. Those who have kept their Georgia quarters untouched, in mint condition, now sit on treasures that continue to rise in value year after year. Collectors and investors alike know that coins like the Georgia state quarter are more than metal. They're investments with emotional power. They connect history, art, and rarity in a way no stock or bond ever could. For some, it's about the thrill of owning a piece of American legacy. For others, it's about the fortune it brings. Either way, this coin carries the power to transform a pocketful of change into a vault of dreams. So the next time you hold a quarter from 1999, look closely. If it's the Georgia state quarter, examine every detail, the shine, the strike, the design. Because that simple piece of change might not just be worth 25 cents. It could be worth millions. And if you're lucky enough to discover one of those rare, error-filled gems, you're not just holding coin. You're holding destiny in the palm of your hand. This is why the Georgia state quarter remains one of the most valuable and sought-after treasures in American coin history.